Hi there, everyone. This is going to be a follow-up video. I already made a video about Charlie Kirk, which you can watch. Like, I was just outraged that people were cheering his death. And even that one was a bit late. But I'm not done unpacking this. There's a lot here to unpack, and we're probably going to be talking about this for quite a long time anyway. So I don't feel bad about posting another one, now that I think that I formed my final conclusion about my opinion on this person. Because when there's two sides that are so divided, usually somewhere in between, that's where you have the truth, right? And in this case, this is really no exception. This, if anything, confirms that 100%. Because I don't believe the right-winged rose-colored glasses they see him through. I don't buy that, and I also think it's disgusting to feel good that an innocent man was killed. Because let's face it, he's an innocent man. He's guilty of having views. Okay? Period, point blank. However, what needs to be addressed is, do I think he's a martyr? No. The reason I say that is because he was killed for his politics. He wasn't killed because he was a Christian. He could have been an atheist sitting there. He was killed because he was a pundit for Trump, and they hated Trump. And they hate right-wing politics. So I don't think that his Christianity was relevant to why he died. I think he died because of what he represented in the political realm more than what he represented for Jesus. Now you might want to argue, some might argue it's splitting hairs, it's the same thing. It's not really. Because I don't think that Jesus Christ is defined by right or left-wing politics. I think that was an idol in his heart that he never fully surrendered. Obviously, I think that he's a Christian. I think that he was saved. But calling him a martyr, that's a bit of a stretch. Viewing him as a saint is absolutely a stretch. He wasn't, I'd say he was above reproach, but nobody's blameless. And he's no exception. And a lot of that is down to what he idolized, his politics. Because just look at it this way. Do you really think that Jesus' response, or what Jesus would say in regards to the powers that be taking free lunch away from a starving child, do you really think what Jesus would say, well, whether parents should get a job? Do you really think that would be the first thing out of Jesus' mouth? Like, be honest with yourself. Be honest with yourself. He's not a saint. Because that's what he said. He said, oh, the parents should just get a job. I mean, these are things you can look up. Obviously, I'm the same way as you. If you're watching, you know, go watch it for yourself, right? He said it. I watched a video of him saying that. And of course, I encourage you to go look it up yourself. Because there's so many lies and straw men. I'm going by exactly what he said. And I'm giving you the honest context of what I saw. Sorry, I have the hiccups. So, no, like, there's things he said that did not represent Jesus. It was obviously him coming through. Now, there's things he said where I wanted to stand up and cheer. So that's why I absolutely believe that he, in his heart, loved Jesus. He was just still growing as a human being. But the reason I compare him to Moses... Well, look at it this way. Moses didn't see the promised land because of his pride. Charlie Kirk was taken from this planet a lot sooner than he needed to be, and I think that was 100% down to his politics. So he was killed for what he refused to surrender to God. And like in God's sovereignty, obviously it's an act of evil what happened, but God uses evil. Like, God allowed it to happen in his sovereignty, and I think poetically you could look at that and be like, he was killed because... Now, he could have ended up martyred for his faith, which would have been, in my opinion, an even more noble death than how he died. But nonetheless, he could have been with us a lot longer, I think, if he just stood for Jesus and got away from the politics. If he just said all of the same, and also just had more of Jesus' heart, was being Jesus a little more, like, be a little more like Jesus and not like Charlie Kirk. We are not Charlie Kirk. We are Jesus Christ. And that's another similarity, is the fact that the devil really wanted to make people idolize Moses, and he's doing the exact same thing now with Charlie Kirk. We are Charlie Kirk? Are you kidding me? That doesn't raise a red flag with any Christians? I thought we were Jesus Christ.